We've all been there. You're staring at your phone, overanalyzing a haha, you're so funny text from your crush, and wondering, do they like me or am I just reading too much into this? When you like someone, it's easy to get swept up in the what ifs. But not every crush is meant to become your next great love story. Sometimes they're just your friend. How can you tell the difference? Let's break it down. They don't flirt, they joke. Flirting has this certain spark, a bit of playfulness that'll leave you blushing and wondering if there's more to it. It has a subtle but intentional romantic undertone, like they're testing the waters with you. But joking? That's just a way we like to have fun and keep it light with our friends. Here's an example. You tell your crush you're bad at parallel parking. If they're flirting, they might lean in with a teasing smirk and say, "Guess I'll have to teach you sometime. Hands-on lesson?" But if they're joking, it's more like, "Wow, remind me never to park next to you." Or, "Yikes, maybe you need cones in your driveway." See the difference? They don't prioritize alone time with you. When was the last time you and your crush hung out one-on-one? If someone likes you, they'll find excuses to spend time alone with you, like accidentally running into you or asking for help with something personal. Alone time builds intimacy, so if they're into you, they'll create those moments. On the other hand, if they're always inviting others or keeping things group-focused, they may see you as just a friend. For example, you suggest hanging out and they reply, "Yeah, let's plan something," but never follow through, or they only suggest group activities. When someone's interested, they'll jump at the chance to have quality time with just you. Their compliments are generic. If they're into you, their compliments will have layers, thought, detail, and meaning. But if their compliments sound a little vague and generic, romance might not be on their mind. For example, they say, "You look nice," instead of, "That color looks amazing on you, it really brings out your eyes." The first one is sweet, but it's surface level, while the second one shows they're paying attention to you in a way that feels more thoughtful and intentional. They wingman you without hesitation. Picture this, you're out with your crush and they notice a stranger smile at you. Instead of brushing it off, they enthusiastically say, "Oh, you should totally go for it. Want me to help you come up with something to say?" When someone likes you romantically, they won't be quick to play Cupid for you. They might try to hold their feelings, but deep down, the thought of you being with someone else would make them hesitate. But if they're actively encouraging you to flirt with others, it's a strong sign they're not seeing you as their romantic possibility. So next time you're around your crush, casually bring up someone you find attractive and see how they respond. They're comfortable talking about awkward topics. Let's be real, when you have a crush on someone, you tend to curate what you share with them. You think twice before bringing up embarrassing stories or personal insecurities. When people are romantically interested, they tend to hold back and present a polished version of themselves. They avoid moments that might kill the romance or make them seem less appealing. But if your crush seems completely at ease talking to you about the awkward, unfiltered parts of life, it might mean they're not worried about impressing you romantically. So if they casually tell you about spinach in their teeth, an ill-timed sneeze, or a weird rash, they likely see you as just a friend. They don't notice or react to your subtle signals. When you like someone, you might drop a little hint, a lingering glance, brushing your hand against theirs, or even dressing up a bit more when you know you'll see them. But here's the kicker. If they're not romantically interested, they probably won't notice these subtle moves. Or worse, they'll notice and not respond. For example, let's say you're at a party and you've intentionally stood closer to them, leaning in a little more when you talk. Do they get a little flustered or lean in closer when you're playful? Or do they not even bat an eye or take a step back instead? Sometimes it's not what they do, but what they don't do that speaks volumes. In the end, figuring out if your crush sees you as just a friend isn't about overanalyzing every detail. It's about trusting your gut and recognizing what's not there. True romance has a spark, an undeniable pull that doesn't need to be forced or guessed at. If that spark feels one-sided, it's okay to take a step back. Don't settle for maybe when you're worthy of a resounding yes. So, what's the biggest sign that made you realize someone maybe wasn't into you romantically? Share your story in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content like this. We also have videos on why you're not attracting anyone and what to do instead, and 5 signs of dry begging, not real love. Thanks for watching, and remember, you matter.